Okay, Google, what are the notes of Montblanc individuel?
On the website Amazon.com, they say, from the manufacturer, Individual for Men by Montblanc starts with top notes of rosemary, pineapple, coriander, cinnamon, lavender, continues with middle notes of orange blossom, violet, jasmine, geranium, ending with base notes of sandalwood, amber, patchouli, musk, raspberry. A strong scent.
Oh, it's strong, but as a certain YouTuber said, it's more like a raspberry dryer sheet. Sounds weird, right? This is a cheapie. This is like, I think I paid $20 for this. It's a 50 mil, right? People are going to be like, oh, you spray too much. You don't spray enough. Got a decent little atomizer. Hold on. There we go. I spray a lot. As you see, there's a little bit of a dent in this bottle. Not much. I don't get why people say that this is like a cold weather fragrance. Because to me, I don't think it is. I don't think it's a cold weather fragrance. It's got juniper berries in it, which we just figured out, which kind of give it a bit of a gin note. A bit of a boozy gin note. So that's why it goes on the boozy shelf, because it's so good. I have trouble often with the patchouli. What the companies are trying to do with that is make it smell like chocolate. It's one of the major things. The X Dark Temptation is a patchouli note. And I gotta put one of Zaharoff. Here we go. I have to. So the patchouli comes out in that. But it doesn't come across as chocolatey to me. I don't know why. Now, the raspberry, like the geranium, the juniper berries, all those come. I mean, you heard the note list. It's crazy. There's 22 notes in here. It's insane. But it's good. It gives you the soapy dryer sheetness mixed with fruity, like a juicy raspberry. You get a little bit of the tonka bean, and you get some sandalwood in here, and you get the creaminess. I don't know if that's what's kind of providing the soapiness, because sometimes sandalwood can do that too. But it's a softness. It's really good. Added with the sandalwood and the Zaharoff. I can't listen. I'm sorry for other companies, but I have to mention Zaharoff in every fragrance until you can beat this one. And you can't. It's impossible. There will never be another greater fragrance. But to give Montblanc their due respect, this is solid. This is good. I think you have to go heavy on this, but other people are saying you don't. I also have super dry skin, and so that could be. I spray strong at night because I have to sleep with a fan. It helps my tinnitus, and so I have to sleep with a fan, which you need help at nighttime. Because I would be loving to put on fragrances at night. And this is what I'm going to wear tonight, too. I spray my pillows and everything, y'all. I do. I spray my pillows and my blanket and everything. No joke. You think I'm playing, but I'm not. And that's what I spray it with right there. And probably this tonight, too. Super sweet. It's decadent. I don't know if I'd call it chocolate, but I would call it decadent. It's sweet, it's deep, it's a heavy fragrance. I don't know that it's heavy enough to call it a winter cold weather frag though. I think this would do good in the fall or the spring. I definitely can see where this would be cloying in the summer. So I don't think you want to wear this in the summer. This projects on me. If I'm on my way, you're gonna smell me from outside the room. And I don't. I'm not kidding. You're smelling me from outside the room, and you're smelling me after I leave. And that's just the way it is. It's a strong projection beast. Sillage is. I'm leaving scent trails. You probably have like a 10-foot bubble around me. This projects. This gets out there. No joke. No joke. It follows you, and the longevity is for me about 4 hours. But I overspray, so yeah. I mean, this is like a week worth of spraying, and I'm probably gonna spray more tonight. And people who are like, "Oh, but you spray a lot." Listen, I bought it. I'll do what I want with it. Okay. If I want to spray this whole bottle on right now, but if I want to, I will, because it's mine and I can do what I want. I bought it. I'm gonna make sure that people know I'm around. No, I was kidding. Yeah, I wouldn't spray it as much as like a clean scent, but this is it's really good. It's really good. You don't have to pay like listen. The only one above here that's more than $50 is Zara. And George, if you're watching this video, on this size, you could probably go up another 50, $60 and it would still be worth it. On this one. And I'm not kidding you. Please don't do that. You know you got me hooked. You know that I'm going to have to get more. So please don't do that to me. As a matter of fact, if you want to bring the price down, now you've been great to me. I think I'm actually going to layer these two. Well, I already layered them. But this is a solid free. Interesting bottle design too. It's super thin. This is a 50 ml. It doesn't look like it, but when you look at the size of it, they kind of make their bottles like like chrome, like a Zaro chrome, which is over there in my other fragrances that are put away. But Mont Blanc, I've been good about not crowding my shelf, guys. This Mont Blanc is what's up. It's a solid one, man. The other big one is either Explorer or Legend, and those are Aventus and Invictus clones. And to be honest with you, something that another subscriber and friend of mine, Matt Wren, said. He asked me one day, he's like, "Don't you think you have enough Invictus clones?" When I got the Davidoff Run Wild. And I was like, no, I like it. And then I started to get sick of that scent. I started to really become annoyed at that DNA. And that DNA is like right in here. And I like Azara Wanted, but it is true. It gets, after a while, you got to take a break from different scents or DNAs. Like, I used to just be the dude that would buy a bottle of Cool Water. Cool Water was my favorite cologne, and it's still one of my favorites. And I used to be the dude that would buy a bottle of Cool Water, and I would just wear it. My favorite fragrance of all time. Before realizing that there's better stuff. It wasn't Cool Water. It was Polo Sport by Ralph Lauren. I loved it, dude. I would go through bottles of that. I would go through bottles of Cool Water. I got some Cody Aspen that I would go through bottles of. And then I got into the more interesting stuff. The Aquadigios. And then you find out there's a whole other world. A whole other world. After the Aquadigio, I went into like the Dollar Tree stuff. Which I still have a bunch of those, but I can justify those. Like no joke, and I'll tell you why I can justify them. Because you have to go through the bottle in a week. I'll never rebuy anything else from Dollar Tree. Because I'm just trying it, but it will never be a signature scent. But this is good. This is good. I think this is like it would be like an entry level stuff. It's a designer, obviously. Pretty much everything I have is designers. I only have a couple niche. I can't pronounce the one company, Estadi Libre d'Orange or what. I can't pronounce it, but that'll be coming up soon. But Montblanc, the individuel. So I opted for this one, not knowing what it was going to be. And I still don't know if it's a clone of anything, but I do know it's a solid fragrance. That's also what I do. Every half hour, 2 hour, something like that, I'll put one spray on my chest. Or maybe if I'm like at work or something, I'll obviously do it while I'm on break, which is typically every 2 to 2.5 hours. And just do one spray extra. So like I don't refresh like every 3 or 4 hours and do a whole new layering. I bring a bottle with me, and every break, lunch, break again, I take it out and do one spray, and then I'm done. Which I probably have enough for the night now, so we're good. The Montblanc Individual, solid fragrance, really good. The juniper berries give it a little bit of booziness, and it's really good, man. Later.